Hello, it's Christy Wharton, and here is today's biblical brain break. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." The Hebrew word translated hope here is kava, and it is one of the most kinetic words in the Hebrew language. Kava comes from the image of twisting individual strands together into a cord. Think of a rope maker. One thread is fragile and breaks easily, but twist strand after strand together, and the resulting rope can bear enormous weight. Kava is that process, waiting on God while your hope is actively being strengthened, strand by strand, through every act of trust. It is never passive. It is the work of accumulating strength through faithfulness. And the word translated renew is chalaf, which means to exchange, like a soldier being relieved at his post. You bring your exhaustion, you exchange it. You walk away carrying what God carries. Here's what neuroscience tells us. Hope is not the same as optimism, and the distinction matters neurologically. Research demonstrates that genuine hope activates two distinct neural systems: pathways thinking, the belief that a route forward exists, and agency thinking, the internal motivation to pursue it. Together, these two systems engage the brain's dopaminergic anticipatory reward network. When the brain holds a credible vision of a meaningful future, dopamine is released in anticipation as a neurological fuel that drives sustained motivation and resilience. Critically, that same research found that hope scores predicted recovery from illness, academic outcomes, and the ability to endure prolonged difficulty more accurately than IQ, talent, or prior achievement. The opposite is equally true. Other research on learned helplessness showed that when the brain stops believing a path forward exists, it physically withdraws from effort, not as a character failure, but as a measurable neurological shutdown. Hopelessness shrinks the hippocampus over time. Kava is strand by strand neurological fortification. Here's your practice, and it has two movements. Movement 1, gather your strands. Name 3 things you are currently trusting God for. Write them down. Be specific, not my future, but the actual situation, the actual need, the actual fear underneath it. Movement 2, anchor each one. Beside each item, write one specific moment from your past when God came through in a situation that felt impossible. It does not have to be dramatic. It has to be real. For example, I'm trusting Him for this relationship, and I remember when He restored the one I thought was completely broken in 2019. I'm trusting Him for provision, and I remember the month I didn't know how we'd make it, and we did. I'm trusting Him for clarity, and I remember how the last door that closed turned out to be protection. Pair the current need with past evidence, because the anticipatory reward system runs on credible hope, hope anchored to a track record. When your hippocampus retrieves a real memory of God's faithfulness, it activates the same neural prediction systems that fuel forward momentum, so you are not just manufacturing optimism. You are building a neurologically grounded rope, strand by strand, that can bear real weight. Kava, strand after strand, twisted into strength. Your hope is not fragile. It is being built. Keep adding strands today. I hope this strengthens you. Let me know in the comments. What strand are you adding today?